very fine evening.
I'll be back in like 30 minutes to an hour.
So today we are going to do something a little different.
Yes, we're gonna flip the flop and flop the flip. I've been asked to come in and interview a lovely lady that's sitting right here next to me. So we're gonna make this not the Jess Talks, but we're gonna flip the flop to say Busted Nuts Podcast. Welcome. I am your host, AGDFEV, and I only have one question for you who are listening. Have you busted your nut, lady? Okay, since we got that out the way, we are here with Jess Talks on KERB Online. How are you doing, lovely lady?
I'm doing well.
And you're looking very precious. Like a gemstone that's been shined up and ready to be displayed.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
You looking handsome yourself, Mr. Visor, as always.
Oh, thank you. You know, I be trying in my age of old of age right now. But still staying young,
Yeah,
in mind, heart, spirit, For all you old people out there that's 40 years and older, it would be good when you wake up to stretch in the morning.
Man.
Go ahead and stretch in the morning, and have some activity of stretching before you lay your butt down after you eat and everything. Let that food digest and all that. But let's get to the special edition of Adulthood, episode 58. 58. And guess what? We're going to interview Miss Jessica Visor. And I am honored to have the pleasure of doing so.
I know that's right. So I'm very excited, mainly because I have been thinking about doing this for a while, but I know you was taking your break. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't want to just throw it on you when we first got back into the routine.
No, but it's all good though, because everybody need a break, everybody need a breather, because right now life has been lifing for everybody. No matter if you got one red penny or if you got $1 billion in the bank. Life gonna get you. But enough about that. It's all about you. With the red dress on and stuff, got the lip gloss gone, got the hair twisted and twirled up and all that. Looking all beautiful and fine. And boy, I tell you, Miss Visor right here, boy, this DNA of them Visors boys is just somehow.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. Ooh. And combined with the other DNA of the other person.
Right.
I'm just going to say the other person.
Right.
We trumps that.
Look, what y'all say when y'all see my kids? I marked them.
Marked them, man. DNA like a mug, But okay, let's get into. Yes, like I say, my name is AGDFEV, and I am your host tonight for this special edition of episode 58 of Adulthood, featuring Miss Jessica Visor.
Hey, I know this right.
KERB Online, I have the pleasure of being here as a guest host and everything. And right now, I am just overjoyed for the questions that I get to ask.
Come on. That you get to ask.
That I get to ask.
I like how that sounds.
Yeah, today. So as we put you in the hot seat.
Oof.
Because you got on red and you're already fiery.
Come on, hot girl.
Yeah, hot girl. I need a hot girl. What you need? I need a hot. Yeah, let me stop. Okay. Our first question of tonight to lead off everything is, please, for everybody who don't know and all the new listeners, introduce yourself in the adulthood of Miss Jessica Visor.
All right, so I am Jessica Visor, aka Jess, Impressive Jess, Jess Talks, just doing my best, just working hard, all of the above. So many hashtags to follow that. So I am a beauty consultant in Houston, Texas. I have pushed my business across everywhere, online, on all the platforms, with Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, you name it. I'm on there talking about my products, talking about what's going on with real life in real time.
Right.
My podcast is called Just Talk because I just be talking.
Yeah.
But I'm not just talking just to be talking.
It has root and grit and grind in it. It has texture.
Yes. And we started Just Talks off of an episode of Truthful Thursday. I was going on a Kanye rant, as I called it. Somebody had really pissed me off that day, just being candid. They pissed me off. And I was like, don't y'all hate when people try to play in your face? And I just carried on and went on and on and on. And I got so many comments. I got so many questions from that day. And Just Talks had always been an idea of mine.
Mm-hmm.
But my business coach at the time was like, I need to continue focusing on my products, my services, and just let that be the focus on my YouTube channel.
Right.
But I always wanted to do Just Talks. So I said, you know what? It's time.
It's time.
I just felt like in that moment, that's why I really pushed it hard. You know, I really tapped into my inner Jess 3.0, as I call it.
5.0.
Right, at this point. And it was just learning that I've always transitioned work-wise. I've had different jobs,
Hold on,
different
you
careers.
you getting above the questions. You getting ahead of the
No,
questions.
I was going into adulthood.
Okay.
I was going into it.
Because I got some questions here, and you piling them down
Got
like
you.
Okay. Well, finish.
So it has just been a journey, my adulthood.
Just been a journey, your adulthood. Okay, so no one can really tell us when adulthood is for us, even our parents.
Yes.
Because we make our own decisions, our own choices. So what really was your pivotal moment of saying, I'm grown, I'm living grown, and I am approaching, or I feel I am at the beginning of my adulthood, or I'm already into my adulthood? When do you feel that happened? Around what year, what time, or what experience?
I feel like I used to say it was when I had to always watch my siblings and things of that nature. Even though I feel like that was a big part of it, me maturing, but not necessarily feeling grown. I didn't really feel like I was an adult until I got married.
Okay, and that was around
That
the
was
age gap
2011. I was about 22 when I got married, 22, 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that mindset of saying, okay, I'm married, so I'm grown, but was it really grownness? You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Was it really like I'm here, I'm stepping?
Well, I feel like I did a mental shift.
Okay, that's what I'm getting to.
Yes, I had to do a mental shift because you're not just you anymore. It's not just, oh, I'm just gonna do what I want, however I want to, you know.
Right.
Even though while we were engaged, of course, before we got engaged, once we decided we was together, I kind of slowed down, you know, on extracurriculars.
Activities and everything. Okay.
But even when I had my daughter, I feel like I was a parent, but I still didn't really feel grown.
Okay.
And so for me, it was really when I got married and I had to take on the obligations of ensuring the responsibilities of taking care of a household, taking care of my business, their business, putting their needs before mine. Yes.
See, that's deep right there, because the maturation point of a man and woman, we on different levels at different times. So during that time, because most people say, oh, I was grown because I had my first kid. You know what I'm saying? I was grown because I was paying the bills. You know, I was grown because that necessarily don't put you into adulthood.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? that don't is always a pivotal point in our life that shifts. And I'm glad you said your mentalness.
Yes.
You know, because with your mindset and what we're going through, and basically what you agreed to put yourself in.
Right. Yes.
You see what I'm saying? That brought on what you felt was adulthood.
Yes,
you know, because as for a man, we might say first pubic hair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or first ejaculation. You know what I'm saying? Or for a woman, your first menstrual stripe. You know what I'm saying? Or your breasts are growing. You know, different things of that nature, or a different situation, or I done had this and done this act.
Right.
You know, and I done done that act, but that necessarily don't mean you're grown. Or that you in adulthood, right?
That.
Okay, but this second question is, the background that you've came from of your adulthood, Miss Jessica, is many skills that are learned.
Yes.
Or that are pervade, or that are put on you, or
Right.
that you are, you know. So with those skills, how do you feel that has either hurt or helped in your growth as a woman from a young lady in your adulthood leading into whom is sitting right here, right now?
I always have to trace back to a situation with my daughter that showed me that I had to be a different kind of mom for her. Because everything we do is learned, is taught. We either saw somebody do it, or like you say, somebody sat us down and said, okay, this is how you do this.
Right.
But nothing against my mom, my grandma, my grandma, but nobody really sat down and said, okay, when you become a mama, you should do this.
Right.
All I was ever told was, we just don't be having kids for people. And so
Right.
if we
And
having
what you
kids, we
see.
need to get married. You know,
Right.
so that was one thing. But then when Neville got older, you know, I'm growing into my career. I was a police officer, things of that nature. I was a teacher, then went back to being a police officer. So I noticed that me switching careers that way, picking up new skills, learning new things, it was a positive thing, and it was good for her to see. But at the same time, I wasn't always able to give her time that she needed, or her feel my energy the way she needed to know that I'm there for her,
Right.
regardless of what's going on, or I'm not just whooping you right now because I don't like you, I don't care for you, or you messing up my life. Because, you know, kids internalize everything
Right.
we
Because
do.
you was a kid before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, and we don't always know exactly what to do, what to say, how to say it.
Right.
And so when she was diagnosed with her mental health issues, it was not easy for me to process, mainly because at first, you know, family moves, friends like, girl, she just bad, whoop her. You know, put on punishment.
Right.
She just cutting up. But to
That's
actually,
the generic part of
yes,
everything.
and just to really go, and I was a mental health police officer, and so I could kind of tell some of the things she was doing after I really started paying attention more. Because, you know, you looking at them and stuff like that, but to really listen to what she's saying and how she reacts to things that I say or do, or even her brother. I feel like he got the worst of it because he was so little, so he was irritating. He was agitating, you know, doing what brothers do. Doing what siblings do.
Yeah, with little brother and little sisters do.
And so with that, I had to learn how to change my mind from, you better listen to me, to, okay, so what's the real issue? Why are you upset?
Let's pinpoint right there. The awareness of saying what it is right there and right now. The wherewithal.
Yes.
Of what I understand, you know, we understand everything that's going on outside.
Yes.
Right? So the pinpoint to say, hey, we got to push the brakes right here. We have to stop at this point. Because I see, if we don't, this fit to get ugly.
Yes.
Very, very ugly. And we have saw in a time of Big Mama, Big Daddy, Grandpa, you know, like I said, in a couple of episodes, we have the retarded cousin in the back that nobody's really paying attention to. They just kicked him to the back.
Right.
The retarded auntie, cousins, you know, really didn't know what autism was and ADHD was back then, of all these things that we're so-called deemed to. The wherewithal to see, okay, if we don't pump the brakes right here, it's going to get ugly. So I need to really pay attention to this.
Yes.
You know, because I'm seeing certain things. Certain things are happening.
Yes.
So how did that really make you feel mentally and spiritually and emotionally?
It made me feel like I wasn't a good mama. It made me feel like I missed a lot of stuff that she did say before. But again, from upbringing, from what we taught, I'm just like, girl, sit down, shut up, you know, whatever.
Right.
But it made me feel terrible as a parent. It made me feel terrible as a mom. And I'm just kind of like, this is what I do for a living. I help kids when they're going through this. I help people that come to the school that have these issues, and so I couldn't even help my own kid. And so with her going through that, it showed me a lot about myself, and I was told that I was beating myself up. But one of my favorite speakers, Eric Thomas, said you have to beat yourself up because you have to hold you accountable. You owe you.
Let's that one word. That one big word right there that you just said. Some people might think it's a cuss word. Yeah. Some people get offended, but accountability. And especially holding self accountable for our own mistakes, because we use accountability and try to flip it to project it on something or someone else.
Yeah.
But that was a big step of maturity in your adulthood to say, hey, well, my accountability is in this situation, dealing with my daughter, dealing with my son and everything that's going on. What did I miss?
Yes.
Or what have I really not missed, but it's just been there.
And
and
you overlook it.
Overlooking it when you receive it.
And the hustle and bustle.
And the hustle and bustle, but not only the hustle and bustle, but this is my profession.
Yes.
To recognize these things, but I can recognize it over here in at work and at the school and other deals, but in my own solemn household roof, I missed it.
Yeah.
That's deep. But we all there.
Yes.
And been there.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? And not only us, but parents and parents of parents and parents of parents of parents of parents, because I ain't trying to ramble on, but the point is this, is what we saw, we duplicate.
Yes.
What our parents saw, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. But as times change and as more information comes out and different things happening, it's a different way of handling and doing and thinking of different things. And I don't think our great grandmothers and grandmothers and everything thought they would see a time as the 90s or the middle 80s or even the late 70s. You see what I'm saying? So the projection of their mind frame was, this is this, bam.
Right. We do this because of this.
Yeah, because of that.
And we only do this.
This, right.
It's like, this all we doing. We ain't doing it as we ain't deviating from that.
At all. And that's what it is. So I'm glad you said that, because, mental awareness and adulthood, because we actually could be 70 years old and still not be
adults. Yeah.
Or we can take it back and be 15 years old and be a adult.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on. Man, KERB online, man. This is we getting deep. We getting to know the person above and inside of the shell, the ticking and the clicking. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Okay, getting started. We're gonna go to business. This is a business question. Getting started. What prompted you in mind to say, hey, I can have my own business?
Okay. So, fast, I'm going to do a rewind and a fast forward.
Okay, let's do it.
So, rewind, I first learned how to really start doing hair when my brother grew his hair out. I was going to Hoffman, I was in 8th grade, he was in 7th grade. And he said, I want some braids, but I ain't paying nobody to do it. You need to learn how to braid. And so that's kind of how it came about. And so I was doing his hair, started setting my mom hair. Then other people asked me to set their hair, so it became a thing. And so that's how I first started doing hair. Okay. And then when I went to high school, I ended up getting into the cosmetology class, learned more, did these things, learned more about hair, learned what helps hair, what hurts hair. And we had to learn about the anatomy, and that's what people don't understand. You have to learn about the body and everything in cosmetology. You don't just do hair.
Right, and that's what some people think. You just cut hair, do this. Nah, it's a whole lot, because you got nerves, you got all kind of things that come with it.
And that was one of the hardest exams I ever taken, and I'm a really good test taker. And my mom could tell y'all, I had to take the test like 4 or 5 times. I've never had to do that for anything.
What'd you say, ain't it? Yeah, she over there, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's it right there.
I was making flashcards. I had other people making flashcards for me at the time. When I was married, my ex mother-in-law, she came and helped me. Like it was like
everybody was here, like a community effort.
Yes, it was, and I got that thing done. And so fast forward, I would always kind of still do hair here and there. Okay. I worked in barbershops. I worked in a chain. I don't think they have anymore. TGIF or whatever.
They have a few.
And then so it was Smart Styles. There was Smart Styles, then TGIF. So I did Smart Styles inside of Walmart. Worked there. It was cool. And I learned a lot. Met some good people. But fast forward, I ended up being a police officer. So I was just doing hair on the side. It wasn't my full deal at that time. And I was learning it, growing in that skill. And one day, one of my friends I would do his facials, and he had a beard. And he was like, hey man, I've been itching a lot, and I'm trying to see, like, what's this? What is this? So, of course, I had to do facials and stuff in college. That's one of the things we learned. Right. It's just not something we practice all the time. Right. And so, I remember, like, what things kind of helped with beard, hair, and things of that nature. And I kind of concocted him a beard oil real fast that day. And, like, 2 weeks later, he was like, hey, man, I need you to make me some more of that oil. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. So then I had to remember what I put in there.
Right. You have to remember them ingredients.
And so the more I learned and the more I started getting stuff about it, more information about it, I had someone at the time that encouraged me. He was my business coach. He helped me with so many things. And he'd say, you've been doing this man facials for a while now. He'd say, and if he liked the beard treatment and your brother liked it, I'm pretty sure other people will like it. Right. And so I'm like, you think so? And so I started off by buying the little plastic bottles at the beauty supply and putting them in there. And I would sell them just like that.
Because I'm going to tell y'all, I hear kinfolk, I say, kinfolk, man, I need to get some of that from you, woo, woo, woo. So we met up here at Famous J's, 6505 Cobb Street, Houston, Texas, 77091 or 91, right? 91.
Yes, 91.
Okay. And she hit me with that price. I wasn't prepared for the price. I thought, 20, 25. She hit me with the 35. I said, well, here go to 25. I'm going to hit you with the 10 later. And she was serious about it. And that's when I looked in her eyes and I said, okay, kinfolk own to something. Yeah. And that's when I started paying attention a little bit more. Then especially when I got big business, especially when I got hoes to that soap. Because one day I came in, had all kind of stuff on me and everything, and I was like, man, this Old Spice and whatever else I had in there. I was like, man, let me try this little old brown bar soap. So I split it in half and got in there and got the scrubbing and stuff started coming off and started feeling good. And that's when I
had you brand new.
Man, had me brand new exfoliation to the fullest. I don't know if I said it right.
Exfoliation. You got me saying it wrong. It's exfoliants.
Exfoliants to the fullest in that shower. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen who's listening, when I stepped out that shower and I say, man, this is what it is. I had to get some more and I promote that soap.
I know, and I appreciate that.
Right. So you already answered a few questions I had on here, like what is your present, what is your future, your motivation and inspiration.
Yes.
This one question, though, this is a serious question. We can talk about all the days that the sun shines. We can talk about all the times that we smile and some make us feel good and we just going. But it's a special mindset in individuals who know how to handle disappointments in dark days. Yes. So give us a little information on your dark days and your disappointments and how you handled it.
So I had a saying, which I don't say anymore because it's power in the tongue. Right. But at a time, God, I'm just telling what happened. Don't hold this to me. So it would seem like everything I was trying to do, it was like, boom, something will happen that'll affect me in a harsh way. I was doing things. I started making merchandise. Well, I wasn't making it, but I was purchasing merchandise to get people to buy stuff. It was saying something about Jess did my beard or all this stuff. And so I was going to meet the young lady to do that, and a situation happened in my home while I was gone. And so my child ended up sneaking out, like all of this stuff, like most teenagers do. They try it. And I came back in the house, didn't see them. They came in. It was a whole thing. So in the end of it, she ended up running away.
Okay.
So she ran away, and she told me I could talk about this story before y'all. So don't be talking about it. She telling this.
Right. It
But-
has been licensed.
But at the end of the day, when all of that was happening, our cousin had just got he had died as well. So in this same week, I have somebody that's close to me
That's
passed. Then my child do this.
Right.
And it was just kind of like, but then I still had to fulfill my orders. I still had people
obligations.
asking for scalp treatment. People had ordered the shirts. That's why I had got the shirts made. All of these things. And so nobody give a damn that you had this issue. If they done sent you this money, they done got on the website and bought this stuff.
Right.
They want their stuff. And so it was most definitely focusing on the plan and not the mood. That was kind of one of those things where I kind of started thinking in that way, in that window. Because I ended up losing my job that I worked at and worked hard to get and to keep for all those years. And I never got in trouble, never had any issues. Then when that happened, I get fired. So it was kind of like a slap in the face. And I had to go to therapy. She was going to therapy. It was just a lot. Right. But through all of that, I was still having pop-up events that I hosted, talking to the vendors, talking to the clients, like all of these things. I was still making new products. I pushed out some new products at that time. And so just learning that regardless of what's going on, you are still responsible for what you put into the universe. I put that out there. Right. I told people I'm a beauty consultant. I told people I make these products. And so they purchased them from me.
Right.
So it's my job to fulfill the orders. It's my job to give the people the best service ever, just like I would if I ain't have nothing going on.
And servicing people how you would want to be served.
Yes.
So what you just said, that's SOB. You standing on business.
Big business.
Big business. So that's SOBB. You know, because in the culture now of how everything has become, people have an entitlement of service.
Yes.
I need to be served. I need to. How many videos have we saw people going crazy over fries?
Yeah.
A burger.
Crashing out.
Crashing out. That's, you know what I'm saying? All this over, you could give me an extra ketchup? A condiment?
Yeah.
And now you tearing up the spot and all that. So I want to commend you on pushing through on the vision and really standing on business of what you said.
Thank you.
You see, and what you have done.
So I'm gonna clap it up.
Clap. Let's clap it up. And that also covered another question I had of the motivation and the inspiration of Jessica Visor, because I've been around, we've connected, and it's just a certain type of energy between us kinfolk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
unmatched.
It's unmatched. It's a certain type of energy, because I used to kinfolk, where you at?
Right.
I say, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Kinfolk, what's going on? Just let me handle this. Kinfolk, I need that energy. Kinfolk coming. Yeah. And I told you, when I come, I'm coming. Yeah. And I'm here.
You told me to be ready.
Be ready. And
I stay ready to keep them getting ready.
Man, that's how you got to be. Hey, if you want to know somebody who sleep with their eyes open, she right here to the left of me, with a smile on her face. So,
let's go.
All right. So we covered that, the expectations and your business ventures. We covered motherhood. Let's dive into the adulthood of friendships. That's a good question, ain't it? Mm-hmm.
Friendships. So I'll say this: anybody that I have considered a friend is my family, because you choose that family member. Right. You choose that family member for numerous reasons. And I feel like I've learned that just because we start off with someone in the journey, or they insert themselves in a part of the journey, or you pull them in, or however it go, that don't mean they're going to always be with you for all spots of the journey. And something I had to learn is not to take nothing personal.
Hold on. That hashtag pulpit worthy. Say that again.
Not to take any of it personally.
Hashtag pulpit worthy. KNRB online as you're listening.
and one of my friends, she would always think I was mad at her. I ain't gonna say her name, but she know I'm talking about her. And I wouldn't hear from her sometimes. And I'm a shit talker. Like I don't know why I am, but I am.
Nah, that's in the DNA right there.
I got something to say all the
come
time.
out. Yeah, it's gonna come out.
And she was like, I know, you haven't heard from me. I hope you're not mad. I thought you was mad at me. I said, girl, I got way too much on my plate to be mad at you because you ain't called me.
Right.
I said, if anything, I'm more concerned of, are you okay? You know, what's going on? Like, what's up? Now, if it was to the point of, and I ain't gonna lie, people say just because somebody on social media, they don't mean they're okay, and I agree. But it's another thing of, if you really not okay, but you can do that,
right?
And you know that you have friends and family members that really will help you through these things, and you don't utilize them. That's kind of a slap in the face. We
take it as that, but I experienced that, and I also been there. I would just say it's not an overlook. It's a I'll get to her.
Yeah.
Cause I already know she praying for me. I already know she looking out genuine. Looking out for me.
Yeah.
I have partners like that too, man. I've been calling you and text you. I see you did. I say really, when I turn my phone on, that don't necessarily mean I'm on Instagram. That's not necessarily mean I'm on everything. I've turned my phone on. I'm going to work.
Yeah.
You didn't hit me.
Yeah.
Kinfolk, what's up? I'm at the job.
Yes.
Kinfolk, what's going on?
I'm gonna call you.
I'm gonna call and we gonna check in. We gonna do it all that. We gonna clap it up because it's all love. It just ain't kinfolk. But and all this of it is the respect of person.
Yes. Yes.
I
agree.
Yeah, the respect of person. Because if I didn't respect you, you wouldn't hear from me.
That.
But I have some respect for you. Notice some.
Right.
But I'm going to check on you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I just feel like when you don't take it personally, that helps the friendship as well. Because that leaves space for the communication.
Right.
Now, if somebody just reluctantly just bluntly disrespect you, disregard you, your feelings, what you got going on in life, because we all have our own lives. And so that's what I'm always thinking about. Okay, she do this, and this. Right. Or her person made this, and this. So it's kind of like I never really hold things against people. But when it comes to you holding things against me, that's when we got to have a problem.
That's a flip.
Because then that's when I ain't got no choice but to say, hey, now look at it.
Yeah.
When I left you alone, I let you
do what you do.
And so instead of you being aggressively accusing me of something, how about we rewind and you just do what I did to you and say, hey, are you good? What's going on? But don't be ready to fly off the handle on me when I didn't do you that way.
I'm glad you said that because we can be one way towards a person and that person can be one way towards us.
Yes.
Right?
It's double standard.
The double standard, yeah, with male and females, but that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to say my observation of adulthood dealing with Miss Jessica Visor, seeing her as a little girl, young teen and everything, and seeing how she has grown into this phenomenal woman, lady that's sitting next to me. I have been blown away.
I know this right.
Not even blown away, but I have been overtaken for the wherewithal that you display. People hear us talking. People can, but it's one thing to see a person moving.
Yes.
And I just saw you moving. You see what I'm saying? I just saw you bam bam and to the pam pam pam.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To the ping ping. You know what I'm saying? And poetry in motion. Love it. Just poetry in motion.
I appreciate it.
And I'm not saying this because I'm kinfolk and all this. I'm saying this from an observer of the outside. That, okay, they look at and say, who is her?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you got to know who is her is how she's moving.
Yes.
And that brings me to the question of, how did you create Marketing and Mimosas?
Just Marketing and Mimosas Network event. One of the speakers there, Miss Jada Vaughn, shout out to Jada, love you, baby. So Jada and I met through Waylon.
Okay.
Shout out to Way.
Hey, I met all y'all.
Yes, and so Waylon is always excited, of course. That's my boy. We're both Virgos. And so
we got to put that in there. Huh?
Had to. And so he was like, man, Bowser, I got this girl, man. You need to meet her. This girl is good. She got a talk show. She do all this stuff. You got to meet her. I'm finna call her. And I was like, okay, wait, hold on, baby.
Trying to take me fast.
You took me real fast. Got a lot of dip on your chip. And so I was like, okay, cool. You know, so he sent me her stuff. I reached out to her. And at first, you know, she ain't get back with me. I'm cool with that, whatever. And so then she hit me back about a few days later or so. And she was like, hey, girl, yeah, Henry told me about you, blah, blah, blah. So we kept saying we was going to link up, and it didn't happen. I'm like, cool, because we both busy. And so then finally we FaceTimed, and we had like a quick little meeting. And she was like, okay, we got to sit down. We got to talk about this, talk about that. And so we ended up meeting for lunch one time. And she said, okay, so you do all this stuff. What do you really want to do next? What's your next move? And so, mind you, by this time, she had interviewed me before on her talk show. Right. Because she has a talk show, Successful Saturdays, and it's amazing. And so she was like, what do you want to do next? And so I was like, I really want to have marketing events to help people learn how to communicate effectively in a positive manner and not just feel like, I ain't got no business. I can't go to no network event. Right. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't got nothing to wear. You know, so I wanted to create a safe space for people to be able to network them. Right. Because it's you at the end of the day. If you have a business or not, if you don't know how to effectively communicate with people, it don't matter what your business is, how good it is, how well you lay things out. You have to be able to communicate effectively, period, as a person.
And see, those are big two words right there. Communication and effectiveness. Yes. You know, because so many times, hustlers, grinders, and everything, we run up on people. You know, I want to run up on you.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do this, let's do that. And sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's people want, your presentation could be a little bit more smoother. Yes. But if we're not taught how to present something, we have to learn the hard way. Trial and error. And but yeah, I've remember I kept saying I'm gonna be there, kinfolk, but the last one I attended, because you got to understand something about AGDFEV. When kinfolk involved, I come to work too. Yes, I come to be security.
And I can't stop them.
Can't stop me. And don't let me find a loose mic around, because y'all already heard me about the loose mic. Y'all hear me on this.
It's going down.
It's going down, but it's all in the succession of Jessica Visor, because I see a bigger platform. I see a bigger blessing in what she's doing. Because Marketing Mimosas, all y'all that's listening, y'all need to tap in. And if you're in the Houston area, Conroe area, Northwest, East, South, any within 100 miles of H-Town, 200 miles of H-Town, you in Louisiana, Oklahoma, break them borders and come on to this Marketing and Mimosa, man. Because you're really missing your blessing if you don't.
Here.
Okay.
And on that note, I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to shut it down on
right,
KRB.
Good. I'm bringing it in last.
So it's all good. And so KRB is Jess and Jess Talks. And
yes.
We appreciate you once again for allowing us to be on this platform.
Correct.
Miss Fee, we love you.
Thank you.
The Diva, we love you, Mama.
Hey,
and
Diva.
y'all continue to have an amazing weekend.
Right.
It's Jess and Jess Talks, and our boy here,
AGDFEV, old proprietor of Busted Nuts Podcast, and I want y'all to have this on your mind for the rest of the weekend. Have you busted your nut lately?
All right. Thank you, KRB, once again. Y'all have an amazing night.
Amazing night. Impressive Jess. Jess Talks. Impressive results by Jess. We there. What's happening, man? That was good right there. The lady in the red dress. Give it up for the lady.